Yeah, I'm Ramnivas Laddad. I am from San Jose down south, and my company is Paya Labs, and it's a startup that we're building for last few years. So right now we're building a website, a web application called Learn Raga. So it's a software that helps you learn Indian classical music. That's what we are starting with, focus on Indian classical music, but we can then do it many other things. It helps you to learn compositions fast. It gives you feedback with your pitch and beat accuracy, real-time feedback, so you can know where are the areas to improve. Are you off pitch some places? And it generally helps you to make progress faster. So our application is written using Scala completely, full stack Scala, front end Scala, back end Scala. So front end ScalaJS with React. It's one of the largest application that is done using ScalaJS. So what we also found is that when we come to these real world applications, when you go beyond Hello World, there are certain interesting nuances that you have to be aware of, certain interesting patterns that you have to apply to make you effective. So I'm going to share about how do you deal with large scale application such as ours, which basically includes everything from working with React, external components, detecting pitch at 60 frames per second and plotting those graphs. All those interesting things, there are a lot of subtleties involved that you have to keep working. And so I'm going to share all those aspects so those who learn from it will be able to apply it in their projects and hopefully become successful as well.
Great.
So in general, I'm curious about GraphQL. We are already using GraphQL, but there are certain things that I feel how other people are dealing with some of the interesting nuances involved in it, how they use microservices along with GraphQL. Those are the interesting things I'm hoping to learn. Oh, yeah, that's an interesting question. So, Scala definitely changed my life. Last 15 years I've been using Scala initially as a more just to experiment, try it out, see how it feels like. And as I started to use more and more of it, I just love it. So Scala is definitely language, my go-to language, I think Scala is at a point, it's a point of inflection. It's no longer a new language. There are people successful with it already. There are large projects such as Spark that are, people like it. But it's a point at which, the language itself is essentially, we can call it a mature language. Yes, Dot is coming. Dot will have some additional interesting aspects added to it. But by and large, I would say language itself is kind of there. The more interesting thing is what happens with the tooling around it, etc., certain pain points around it. Hopefully Scala kind of iron those out, those kinks, and I think it will continue to be an important language for next 15 years, hopefully. A lot of things, just the diversity of topics, diversity of people, their background, how people are coming and sharing their experiences, real world experiences, practical experiences, and that's really interesting aspect of it.